Hello, my name is Mike Youngerberg, Senior Director of Product Development and Commercialization for the Minnesota Soybean Program. One of the products that we have that is, we feel it is undervalued and underutilized is the Soybean Haul. We feel that there's opportunities out there to create more value add for this soybean product that's probably very inconspicuous to most people. Most people are very aware of the soybean products that come from soybeans, soybean meal or protein or soybean oil. But in order to get these products out of the soybean, they have to be processed. And one of the things that in that processing part, you have to remove the soybean hull or what was the seed coat that protected the seed if it was going to be planted the next year. So in order to extract those, processors go through a process of dehulling, which creates the soybean hull, and it is separated out from the rest of the streams. When processors separate the products out, the soybean hulls tend to be about 6 to 8% of the volume of the soybean from the original. So, we do create a fair amount of product that way. For every 100 bushels of soybeans that are processed, we get probably 420 pounds of hulls, which, have to go somewhere. And those hulls are mostly made up of cellulosic materials, hemicellulose, lectins, pectin, just a lot of cellulosic material which would have been in that seed coat. Most soybean processors will actually pelletize the soybean hulls. Loose soybean hulls are like a bunch of empty eggshells. So they pelletize them in order to condense them and create a higher value. Prices range from $120 to $170 a ton, depending if they're loose or if they're pelletized. But they, normally are pelletized just for convenience. Mostly in the pelletization for going into animal feeds. The biggest market, the current markets for soybean hulls are into the animal feeds market. For ruminant animals in particular, dairy, beef, those kinds of things. They've also been utilized as regenerative absorbents for removing inorganic and organic pollutants from wastewater, as well as been mixed into bioplastics. So there are some, there are uses out there. It's just we feel that there's opportunities beyond that, particularly as we look at new processes that are out there for extracting high-value products from any kinds of sources. There's enzymatic processes, microbial processes that we feel might be applied to the soybean hull to actually generate something new. One of the ideas that we kind of explored a little bit was a product called furfural. It's basically an organic compound that's created from lignocellulosic material, and is probably one of the oldest renewable chemicals out there. And when you look at the composition of the soybean hull, it's pretty much lignocellulosic material. So we believe that it could be a good candidate for this product or something else along that line that would add value to the soybean products. Right now, the market for furfural worldwide is about 800,000 tons. We create absolutely none here in the U.S. It's all imported from China, South Africa, or the Dominican Republic. So when we look at what are those things that we're looking for today, it's creating opportunity, from any kind of increased value, whether it's processed, into this or other products. We're just looking for great opportunities, and we look forward to receiving your proposals.